And I wish it was Monday. I really do. But here I am sitting at work. Real easy job this week. Next week, though, I'm going to be working for the Chargers. They're having their war room here, the whole entire draft, fan zone, whole nine, the staff, management, owner is all going to be here. So I got to deal with all that, and dealing with that type of talent and those type of people isn't going to be necessarily the easiest thing, but that's part of my job. I get paid really well, and I can't complain. I've done everything in the book. I've done every type of job: premieres, fashion shows, award shows, the Grammys, after parties, all different types of. I've skinny dipped with John Hamm in the Chateau Marmont pool at 2 in the morning with 3 chicks, 3 PR girls. Not joking. I've done with not Perez Hilton. What's her name? Hilton, Paris Hilton, in the bungalow at the chateau with all of her friends till I blacked out and woke up the next day on my friend's couch with candy all over my chest. Not exactly sure what happened on that night, but probably had a good time. I've seen it all. And one thing that I want to get abundantly clear, not to sidetrack, but I want to make sure I push on this before I get into anything else. If you see me saying things on the board that you aren't interested in or you don't like, that's just me. I'm not going to change for anybody. I'm not going to say things because I think it's going to make me look good. I'm going to say exactly what's on my mind at all times, no matter what. And I don't care if it costs me subscribers. I don't care if it costs me money. I have a problem with lying for profit. I have a problem with being fake for profit. I'm going to be me, 100% me, and only me 100% of the time. So, if this isn't the show for you, that's fine. I have no problem with it. Go follow somebody that holds your little dink and rubs your little dink while you invest your money and lose it all. That's fine. The show is not about telling you what to do. It's helping you, guiding you, helping you to learn how to sell, helping you to learn what to look for, and to be able to do your own work and not have everybody else tell you what to do. Because remember, everybody's account is different, and if you take tips, what you might, even if the stock works out, maybe you don't sell it at the right time, whatever the case may be, you cannot get rich following in someone's footsteps. You have to walk the path yourself. So, that's what I'm here for. Any questions that you guys have, anything that you want me to review, I'm here for. I might be fiery at times. I might even, if you're watching this, I might even get into a match with you at one point. But that's just who I am. I fight with anybody. I'll fight with somebody on the street. I'll fight with somebody in my family. I'll fight with one of my friends. I'll fight with one of my subscribers. I'll fight with anybody on the internet. That's just who I am, because I have an opinion. God help me for having an opinion. And my opinion is very strong. And it's based on a lot of lived experiences. I've been through a lot in my life. I've been into multiple fist fights. I've dealt drugs. I've been shot at. I've been robbed. I've been beat. I've been knocked out in the back of the head with a stick, ripped half of my face off, and then tried to hook up with my high school crush right afterwards. I hooked up with a 48-year-old mom, one of my good friend's moms in high school, was cheating on my girlfriend with her. She actually bought my prom suit that I took my girlfriend to prom in, dated her for 6 months. She would take me to Applebee's every Tuesday, and people would be like, who's this 48-year-old woman with this 16-year-old boy? It was unbelievable. I should have been on To Catch a Predator. If anything, I was just waiting for Chris Hansen to come out of the woodwork. Okay, so I've seen things. I'm not like, I didn't sit in I didn't go to college. I didn't just sit in a room and study my whole life. I've been living. Okay, I've lived it all. I've seen it all. So, that's why I have an opinion, and God help me for expressing it, because most men, like I said, do not have opinion nowadays. They just want their social credit score. They want to be looked at as somebody that's kind and nice by their peers. I don't want to be that guy. I want to be the bad guy. I want to be the mean guy. I want to be the villain, because that's how people learn, in my opinion. It's not just coddling people. You have to yell at people every once in a while. That's how I learned. If my dad got eyes like this when I was a kid, I would act up. I would straighten up. It's not like he'd be like, oh, it's okay, son, you'll do better next time. He's like, hit the ball, you little bitch. Okay, that's how I was taught. That's how I learned. And I hope that you guys are acceptive of that. Obviously, it's been doing something. I've come up with 1,200 subscribers already. I monetized. I'm making about 15 RPM, $15 per 1,000 views, which is actually amazing. That's one of the highest rates, because stocks is the highest paying niche. So I'm in a good spot here. But I'm not going to try and get to the next level by lying out of my ass to make everybody feel good. And if that means screaming and calling people names on the boards, I don't know what to tell you. I don't know what to tell you. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it, and I'm not going to care about it. Because I know who I am. And if people want to tell me I'm one thing, that's fine. But deep down, I know who I am. So before I get started into the charts, I have one other thing to talk about, which was a request by Jill, who's lost 11 pounds. She said that it wasn't really stirred by because I'm always talking about nutrition on here and fitness. She said it didn't start that way, but she and her husband wanted to start to lose weight, which is incredible. You just got to start. A lot of people don't want to start anything. They want to think about it. They want to think about the 50 squats that they're going to do in the gym, and then they don't do one because they don't even go. If you're at home and you do 3 air squats, that's better than not going to the gym and thinking about 50. So what do? I bring this everywhere I go. Yeah, I'm in jeans, but I'm going to be rolling out abs probably for the next 6 hours. Why? Because why would I sit on my ass and do absolutely nothing? Any workout is good. Now, when it comes to nutrition, I haven't eaten yet today. I'm drinking a black Americano, no cream, no sugar. As you know, his lies would never leave these lips. Processed sugars will never enter them. You need to eat for fuel, not for flavor. If you have a little sweet tooth, get over it. You like to eat the cakes and the cookies? Don't buy them. Keep only things that are nutritious in your house. And like me, I haven't eaten breakfast yet. It's 10:15. I'm at work. This is going to keep me going for the next couple hours. I'll eat it around 2. And what am I going to eat? I'm going to have cabbage, steamed broccoli, steamed carrots, chicken, and that's it. No sauce, no dressing, no sides, no desserts. And that's good for digestion. I'm getting a lot of minerals. Stave off eating as long as you possibly can during the day. If you work out in the mornings, have 2 cans of sardines, have a couple egg whites, have something light. Don't reward yourself first thing in the morning with a big meal. You will be lethargic for the rest of your day. My biggest thing, and what I've started doing, is 2 cans of sardines in the morning. It's quick. Boom. Open them up, put them in my mouth. Hate the flavor. Doesn't matter. I'm not eating it to be like, ooh, little fishy. I'm eating it because I know that that's going to fuel me in the gym better than anything else. And then I go to the gym, I do a very hard workout, and then when I come home at around 11 or noon, that's when I eat. So you always want to accomplish something before you put food in your mouth. 1, you want to stave off eating as much as you possibly can. You never want to eat any type of processed sugars. In fact, your processed sugars should be down to about, I would say, 5 grams a day, which is, if you look at anything you're probably eating currently, it probably has more than that in it. Raw everything. Raw oats, raw nuts, vegetables, meats, balanced, not just meat, not just keto, not just these fad diets that everybody wants to get on. Know your body, figure out what works for you, and do that. But have a well-balanced diet with a lot of minerals, with a lot of nutrients, with a lot of things that you get from food. Screw the supplements. It's just a way to, don't do the supplements. Get it all from the food. You like vegetables? Good. Eat eggplant because it's purple. Eat peppers because they're red and they're different colors. Eat greens. Eat different colors because they have different nutrients in them. That's what gives them their color. Give a well-rounded diet, calorie deficit. Depends on what you're doing. If you're bulking, like right now, I'm bulking, so I'm eating a lot. I'm eating probably 3,000 calories a day of all real foods, but I'm doing cardio, so that's the way to keep the fat down. And I'm also going to the gym for 3 hours a day. But when you eat a lot, you're going to be stronger. That's why you're able to bulk while you're on it. If you're not bulking and you're trying to cut, which a lot of people are trying to cut weight, it's a calorie deficiency. You go for runs. You do as much cardio as you possibly can. I don't want to hear this shit. Oh, well, then your body gets used to cardio. Well, who cares? Just do the cardio. If you run 5 miles a day, you're going to lose weight. I don't care what anybody has to say. So you do your cardio, you do your HIIT workouts, do anything high activity that's getting you to sweat, get the weight off, and then start to get jacked. That's my nutritional advice for today. That's my life advice for today. I'm going to sip on this coffee. I got to go check in with the client. And when I come back, we jump into the charts.
Just watched that opener and realized that a hair was sticking out of my face, making me look like an absolute clown. But what am I going to do? I don't have enough time to go back and do it again, so hopefully it didn't annoy you as much as it annoyed me. And we're going to jump into the charts here. Don't have a lot of time, so got to kind of jump through these pretty quickly. Have about 40 to go over, which is good. The more, the better. Always keep your eyes on the market as much as you possibly can. Try and, let me just get this. Do I want to do that? No, because I don't have the green screen today. Delete that. Yes. We're going to go into display capture and we're going to pull up the chart. All right. So we're going to start with, let's start with the top of the list, DVLP. This is one of my positions that I'm very excited for this week. It's pretty much a guarantee, in my opinion, based on the chart. Remember, the chart only tells you what's happened and what is happening. It's not going to tell you what the future may hold. Now, a lot of people will say that it can, but it can't. What I'm looking at is indicators to give me an educated guess on what's going to happen next. But you can't predict the future. Nobody has a crystal ball. Anytime that people are saying this is definitely going to happen, you might want to think the opposite is going to happen, because that's usually what tends to occur. So your RSI on this one is amazing. 66, right above 50. Getting into the hot zone, not overbought, not oversold, heating up. MACD looks incredible. Steady volume, 15 million, which is about 50, 60 grand, which is great. That's good. You're going to look for a breakout day where volume really picks up, gets to about 40 million, where you can liquidate. I'm looking at 8 to 1 here, very short term, within the week. I hope that they give an update. If they do give the update, then it is definitely going to 1. If they don't give the update, I still see technically it's still rising to the 7s and the 8s. Just an absolute brilliant. And this is one where I've had tremendous amounts of arguments about the dilution. I was proven right. You can tell me that I was wrong, whatever. Legacy owners were dumping. I knew that because I saw the ask was absolutely immovable. That was back during about this time, about a month and a half ago, when I sold break even. Everybody wants to lie on my name and say I took a loss. Okay, but I didn't. I bought 4 and I sold 4 the next day because I realized that they were diluting. Well, you can call dilution whatever you want. You can say that the OS hasn't changed. I don't care. There was obviously a hidden hand, and my boy Cade on Twitter said that he talked to the CEO and it was confirmed that legacy owners were dumping, proving me right. And I'm literally never wrong, but I don't want to sit here and have a big head, and I want to maintain humbleness. And I just want to say that I was right for, in that instance. Okay. I'm not right all the time, but I was right then. And when it comes to dilution, I will be right almost every time. So don't fight me on that. You can fight me all you want, but you're the one that sat there for a month and a half and you had to deal with all that and just, I don't care, it's not dilution. Everybody gets so sucked into these stocks and they love them. They don't care. They don't want to hear any bad news. They don't want to hear any red flags. They don't want to hear that dilution's happening. They want to just put it outside their mind and act like it's not happening when it clearly is, and they know that. But they would dare never say anything bad about their investment because of pride. Because of pride. Fine with me. I bought perfect time and couldn't be happier. Yippee frickin' do, baby. I don't care. GMZP. Go ahead. Sit in stocks for months on dead money. No big deal. And it depends on your account. If you have a fairly large account with 50 positions, you can sit in DVLP for a month and wait. And that's fine. That's why I'm saying, don't focus on anybody else's account or what they're doing, because it's going to be different from what you're doing every single time. We have GMZP, another one of my positions that I fairly like. They just came out with a tweet on Friday. This is why you got to keep your ears to the street. You got to know when the news is coming. You got to buy on the rumor and sell on the news 100% of the time, every single time, no matter what. Don't ever think that the news is going to be better than you think it is. It's always baked in. That's what's getting the price up on the rumor. We're going to be selling at max gain of 11. Which is a penny and 1. That looks good to me. I hope that we can get back up to this middle orange band. I think we will. Volume is there. Interest is there. Eyes are there. And the rumor is there. Perfect buy. Perfect setup. You can't beat this. I guarantee you that this will go higher this week. GMZP and DVLP are my 2 picks of the week. So you want to buy something that I'm in? You want to take that chance? Then do that. I'm in DVLP at 4.9. I'm in GMZP at 5.9, and I'm ready to go. So, do as thine please, but don't do as thine say, as I say. Oh, somebody was calling me. IMP. This one's been, it's starting to come back a little bit here. Now you're coming back to this middle band at 20 cents. You need to get above that and stay above that. I don't like when stocks close below it. It seems to be just cause a little bit of an issue because now it becomes resistance. You want to get above that, and you want to get above 24 realistically. That's your real line in the sand. You need to get beyond that. If you can get beyond that, I think into June, this is a long hold for a lot of people for a reason, because it's an oil stock. Crude is going up by the day. Everything is getting more expensive as far as oil. When I go to the gas station, it's up $1 in the past 4 weeks, which is a huge upswing. Here in California, it's $6 a gallon for premium, which is absolutely asinine. Last summer, when I actually had a Maserati, and it was what was it? $6.75, and that's the gas that I had to put in my car, and I got like 12 miles to the gallon because I drove it like an absolute madman. So that was amazing. That's pretty much why I sold the car. It was an absolute money pit, and I got exactly what I paid for it. Neither here nor there. Imp looks very good. Oil's going up. I wanted to close up. I wanted to get above 20, stay above 20, encroach on 24, break through that, bing, bang, bop, go to the top. We live in the dream. We live in, it's like the cream that rises to the top. Okay, not really sure what that sounded like. Gonna have to play that back. Might delete it, might not. SINT. SINT. SINT, I can't trade this thing. I don't know why. It just never, it never fares well. But this thing is riding bottom. This is one that you can accumulate and wait, buy the dips, and wait for the gap fill up at $6 if it ever gets there. Not that every gap fills, but eventually it will, especially with these Bollinger Bands pinching like you read about. Your RSI trying to get up there. It's at 40, wants to get above 50. MACD pretty much flatline. You need the volume to come in like it was before on this upswing. Now, this isn't a great chart to look at, but I could tell you that if you're buying here, you have the chance to at least triple up to $6 over time. Don't know when it's going to happen. Needs news. Probably will get it soon. Buy, accumulate, do whatever you got to do. Don't worry about the little ups, the little downs, unless you're looking to sell for a 10% gain or a 10% loss to free up your money and get into something else like SMME. This coffee is running through my veins. I really need to get this video done because I'm sweating in the control room, and somebody's going to walk through that door at any moment and be like, what the hell are you doing? Aren't you at work? And I'm going to say yes, and then they're probably going to fire me, and then I'm going to have to live off all of my YouTube money, which is about $11 a week at this point, and that's going to be a problem. Okay, so we're going to jump into SMX because I am wired. I am wired to the teeth. I'm wired to the eyes. I'm wired to the brain. I'm wired through every vein in my body. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to flow. I'm ready to blow. I'm ready. Not ready to blow. Not ready to blow. I'm not there yet. I lived in LA for quite some time, but I haven't turned gay yet. SMX. Jesus, calm down. Whoa, slow down. SMX, I can't believe that this did this. It rose up and it fell back. It went below the middle band. I was actually looking to buy in there. Remember, only buy on the pullbacks. I wanted to get in on this pop-up, but I missed it. I saw it and I didn't buy it. Big problem. Was very sad about it. But look, now it's right back to the price that it was. Thank God that I didn't chase. One of my subscribers, she looks Asian. Very nice girl, very sweet girl, very good comments, very pretty. She was saying that she wanted to buy SINT, SMX, and VIRI, I think, off of my call. And I hope that she didn't up there because, remember, we're always trying to buy on this middle orange band. It did look good to me at the time. I was a little bit upset because I had missed the boat. And I just, it burdens me more to know that somebody bought something because I was bullish on it and they lost money. I hope that never happens. Obviously, it's going to happen. That is the way of the market. But I don't know her name, but I'm glad that you're here, and I hope that you stay here because you seem very sweet. But this thing pulled back to this middle band, and it's rough, but it's not all hope is lost. You also have a gap on this one up at $6. You're currently at 1. That's a 600% return, 500% return, whatever the hell it is. Your technicals are oversold. Your volume is there. Your interest is there. It's actually a legit company that's been beaten down to the core of the earth. It's going to pop soon. It's going to pop eventually. Just get in, get ready. Strap up and get ready for a big bounce. I think it's coming, and I think it's coming quick. I'm not exactly sure. I don't know anything. I don't have a crystal ball. I don't know what I'm talking about half the time, but I do know that DVLP and GMZP are going up this week. Those are my 2 picks of the week. If you didn't hear the beginning of the video, pay attention, watch the whole thing, make sure you're paying attention to everything, writing everything down, setting your alerts, following along with the chart, because that's how you're going to get better. Not just listening to what I got to say, and not just listening to buying what I'm going to buy and selling what I'm going to sell. I don't usually drink coffee, boys. NVOS. We're going to have a pop-up here. We're going to have a pop-up potentially to 60 cents. That's what I'm seeing. You have another gap all the way up here at one. It looks like a gap to me on the daily. You might even have one higher. I'm here in 171. Can't see that far back on the chart, but I'm looking at 60. I'm looking at 11. I'm looking at the fact that that has a potential 600% return, 500%, whatever it is. I do like that. I don't like the fact that everybody in it is saying that it's going to 60. Because like I said previously in this video, everybody always says what it's going to do, and it never does it. That's why when you have the boards being like, oh, this is the worst thing ever exists, that's when the stock runs. And when everybody's like, oh, it's going to go to the moon, that's when the stock drops. Now, I don't know what's going to happen. They have a swag merger that's supposed to come out, which is great. I think it's supposed to bring $90 million in revenues into the shell, which is great. That could happen. I don't know when it's going to happen. Hopefully it comes this week. Hopefully it comes out of the blue, hits the market like a blindside, sends it north, because I know a lot of good investors that are invested here, and I know a lot of people love this stock. I am rooting for you 100% of the time. I'm personally waiting for that news to come out, because on that day is when I'll buy. I have my alert set at 13. I'm very aware of what's going on in this stock, so let's watch it. Let's try and get to 60 for everybody involved. Daddy do likey, BDRX. Bringing the energy today, baby. Bringing the energy. We got BDRX. I do like this one. Bollinger Band's pinching, encroaching on the 36 cent mark, which is your middle orange band. RSI is way oversold at 22. Unbelievable. Your MACD is super low. Your volume is there, but it's getting higher because of the price going lower. You've had this recent dip all the way down from 150. You're currently at 27 cents. You can see how, and now I'm sure that happened because of an offering. The only thing is I don't really like the trend. You got to get above this trend line. You got to get out of this downslope. You got to get above that middle orange band with strength. You need the volume to come in, and you need a continued move. That's what's been happening a lot with these stocks. They pop, they drop, and then they don't go back up for quite some time. That's why you don't chase pre-market volume. That's why you don't chase anything, period. You buy on the dips, you sell on the rips, and that's it. 30% up, 10% down all day, every day, unless you can scalp for 50% to 100%. If you can do that and you can hold for the week and you have the balls to do it, do it. Make the money, make as much as you possibly can, but beware that until you sell, it's just on paper and it's not real. So you want to make sure to bank those gains, take them, put it into something else that's working, and boom, bang, bop, you got it. You got this SDRC pull back down to 12. Unreal. Can't believe it. One of my subscribers was saying, and now I looked at this and this looked very good. This looked like a W formation, but remember, how long is that W? We came from 12, we went to 18. That's a big gain. If you had bought on this pullback and you had sold anywhere up here, probably at resistance, you would have been in good shape. You would have made good money. Now, if you didn't sell, it would have pulled right back to your average. Now, if you did sell, you could have bought right back at your average for 1.5% more, or 100% more shares than you originally had if you sold the peak. But it did close pretty strong. 1450 seems like a very thin stock. I don't like the technicals. Turning down on your RSI, turning down on your MACD. Only 256K traded, which isn't a tremendous amount, but it's not bad either, given the fact that that's still enough that most people would be able to liquidate in and out. I'm not sure what's happening. Someone said to do my own DD. I don't have enough time to do DD on 40 different stocks a day, so please leave me the information on why this is a good buy. Is there a rumor coming up? Is there something in the pipeline that I should know about? Is the CEO about to pump it with a story, or is there a PR marketing campaign about to hit the news wires? I'm not sure. I need your help. This is a page where we help each other. I want this to be like a family thing. I don't want it to be, oh, my subscribers are just people that get me views so I can get paid. I'm not trying to do that. I'm trying to be actually involved with the people that subscribe to me, and I want to help them as much as I need help from you guys. So please, for the love of God, help me out, would you? I can't do this all on my own. It's not the way. It's not the way. I can't do it alone. I can't do it alone. We're looking at IDEX now. Absolutely destroyed, pulled down like it was an anchor at the bottom of the ocean, living with the electronic fish in the bottom, and it just where the sand is untouched. Okay, you're in the core of the earth where the magma is just singeing your brain out, and there's nothing you can do about it except for pray that you're going to rise back to the surface. Like I said previously, the cream coming to the top. Is that going to happen here? Are you going to get back to that middle orange band? I'm not sure. I can't tell you. I really hope that this video has been working. Yes, it has, because I don't have the energy to go back and do it again, which which I have to do almost every time I shoot a video because I forget to actually hit record. Now, to get back to the stock, IDEX has been absolutely annihilated. I don't know what to tell you about it. I don't know whether to say that it's good or not. I don't know if it's going to turn down here. Does it look like a falling knife to me? Yes, it does. And I don't like falling knives. I don't want to get my little hands cut up. I want to keep these things nice and moisturized for the ladies, okay? I'm going to wear the white glove. Sorry, technical difficulties. It ended up actually almost, my computer almost died, had to plug it in. We're back. IDEX, I'm telling you, I don't know what to look at here. I don't like it. I don't like it, but that doesn't mean that it can't pop up. You got this middle band at 8 cents. You're currently at 4. That's 100% uptick. You can take a chance if you want. I'm not sure why it's pulling back this hard. Anybody involved? Let me know. MMAT. God, I gotta go. MMAT. I do like MMAT here because of the fact that it looks like it wants to pop up here, and you might still have the chance to get in. You have a gap right up at this middle band. Perfect setup, 34 cents. You're currently at 19. Looks like a double might be on its way. Oversold on your technicals. RSI at 22. MACD all the way down in the core of the earth with the living with the devil and all of his demons. You got the volume coming in on these spikes. You need a volume pop that's going to hit that middle band, get you the 100%, get the hell out, and then live to fight another day. MMAT, oversold, ready to pop, in my opinion. It can't go much lower than this. Of course it can, but in my opinion, it's not going to. This might be the time to buy that. And for everybody else that was in up here, I'm sorry. This is what you got to wait for. You got to wait, and you never hold too long because you can be holding at 1 and you end up at 20. You're down 75%, praying to God that it comes back. VPLM, absolute gorge, absolute gorge. I like this setup. I like the fact that it had a pop and it didn't drop right back down. It actually held the situation here, tried to pop above the middle orange band, could not hold, but I do like the fact that it held up at the gain. I like the fact that it held its gains. I like the fact that RSI is encroaching on 50. I like the fact that the MACD is turning up. I like the fact that there's a little bit more volume coming in. I like the fact that it's a perfect flag ready to go again, maybe even bust up to 8. You're currently at 3. I like this stock, and I like it a lot because a lot of my subscribers like it, and I'm here for you, and I'll always be here for you, and I'll never go anywhere. I'll never steer clear. I'll never steer you wrong. I'll never tell you a lie. I'll never do anything to harm you. I'm only here to show you what I see, and I'm seeing a break of the downtrend, and I do like that. And I do like VPLM. ASTI. Not really sure about this one. Tremendous amount of selling volume, probably diluting, super low, been knocked down like crazy. You're all the way down at what right now? 27 cents, but it looks like it's actually breaking below the, I don't know, man. These things are really rough. A lot of these small caps are getting absolutely annihilated, delisted, bankruptcy. It's a problem. That's why I'm kind of staying away from these small caps, because they run one day and I can't day trade, and then they smash down the next day and go to absolute oblivion. They're put in a blender, they're put in a body bag, they're put in a locker, they're stuffed in a locker by the school bully and absolutely annihilated, sitting there for 10 days, starved to death. The teacher opens the locker, you fall out, you're dead, you get put in the ground 6 feet deep, and you live with the worms for the rest of your life, and there is no afterlife. You're just sitting there dead, done. Okay, you don't want to get fried, you don't want to end up dead, you want to stay alive, and that's how you're going to avoid any situation like this, is selling for your 10% loss no matter what. I don't care what the case may be. I don't care what they're saying on the boards. Doesn't matter to me, doesn't matter to anybody that has a brain. You gotta do your own work. MGOL, I do like this one. MGOL, popping off the bottom here, RSI turning up, MACD turning up, good volume, a little bit of a spike, hitting this middle band and settling right at it. You got to get above that. You got to get above this resistance. Okay, fine. You got to get above this resistance at 179. You got to get going here. This was probably an IPO that got absolutely annihilated. Most do. Most come out and they say, now this is why it's always a gamble. You buy up here, you buy at 1620. Dude, you're completely annihilated at this point. There's no way you're ever going to get your money back. That's why you buy on the significant drops, and you look. If I would have bought on this pullback down here, down at 80 cents, I would have already sold at 116, but it could keep going. If you're looking for a continuation, you want to get above 116 with volume and stay above it all day, and then you might be looking for an upswing. We got TRKA. This is one that a lot of people were interested in. I told them to get out up at 95 cents. A lot of people didn't listen to me. I actually missed the boat, or I think I bought it and I sold for a little bit higher. But I missed the boat all the way up to 95 cents. I told everybody to sell there. Everybody called me a dard. I can't say the actual word because probably get violated and probably lose my account. So I'm just going to call it dard. And you know what I'm trying to say here. But they all called me a dard. They all called me a dum-dum. They all called me a idiota. They all called me a morano. And guess what? It dropped down to the core of the earth. And all those people are now sitting in there in a bag, mad at themselves, mad at life, mad at me, mad at everybody, losing their kids, losing their wives, losing all their money, losing their bank accounts, losing their jobs, living on the streets, living off McDonald's, out of a bag, out of the trash. That's fine. I told you how to avoid it. You didn't want to listen. Now you're sitting here at 22 cents. You got to get above this. You got to get above 32. You got to start on an upswing here. Look at this. This is called a pump and dump, like you read about, like you hear about, like they say on the news, like they say in every outlet, on iHub, on StockTwits, on everything. You got to avoid situations like this. Know that when the pump is at the highest, and there's only bullish posts, that's when you sell. Now, you get some chances down here. You might want to accumulate. You might want to hold this long. Wait for the pop. Get out. Move on to the next piece of literal dookie. MULN. I don't care. I don't care. I don't care. I'm going to say exactly what this stock is, and it's a piece of poop. I'm sorry, but I remember trading this back at $1, $2 when everybody was gun-ho. Now, those same people are gun-ho down at 10 cents. Why? Because they still hold shares from $1. And by God, I really do hope that you get some of your money back. But once I did a little bit of DD over the weekend. It's a complete scam. These guys are calling this dude who's sitting outside, who's sitting in front of a Range Rover with a Gucci hat on and a Gucci bag with a gold watch, a gold chain, and he looks like he's from... He just looks like a scammer. I mean, I only got to take one look at him, and I already know. I don't need to do any bit of DD. And they're saying this guy has multiple patents. Bro, I could file a patent today for anything. It doesn't matter. It's not like he's making any money off of it. He filed 4 patents, whatever the case may be, and now you're talking about going to Washington and getting a Nobel Prize? Dude, the guy's wearing a Gucci hat. The guy's wearing a Gucci hat from China. The guy has a Gucci bag on his cover photo. That's all I need to see. I don't even need to look into the financials or anything. I already know come on, bro. They've been dumping on your face. It's $2. What do you want me to tell you? A lie to make you feel good? You want me to rub your little dinky? I ain't going to do it. Pay attention. Look at the red flags, not just the green ones. Don't only hear what you want, okay? Because this stock is a scam. Now, it could be traded well. You can trade it, okay? You can get in now and you might get a pop. You got a lot of eyes. You got a lot of interest. Maybe they shut down the dilution for a couple weeks and let it rise back to, I don't know, 20 cents, 100% from here. But stop this bullshit that this dude is going to get the Nobel Prize. God, it makes my head want to explode. It makes me angry. What? What? What are you, insane? Nobel Prize for what? Filing a patent? God, the stupidity is beyond me. It's beyond my comprehension. My IQ can't even work its way around it. But again, tradable stock. I just don't want to hear that this is just shut up with it's the next big thing. Shut up that it's the next Tesla. Shut up that it's the next Chevy, okay? It's a tradable stock with a lot of eyes on it and also a lot of dilution, okay? So you play it accordingly. And you don't put MULN in your alias because then you just look like an idiot and nobody's going to take you seriously worth their salt. SIRC. Now, this one looks good. Why? Because it's on an upswing. It's consolidated along this middle orange band. It's breaking above it. SIRC looks really good. Breaking above it in the RSI realm. Above 50, very hot. MACD turning up, looks really good. Volume is there. SIRC. Where's my pen? Oh, come on. SIRC is one of my top. There it is. Okay, we got DVLP, GMZP, and I'm loving SIRC. Okay, I'm loving SIRC. We're looking at SIRC for next week. That's really all I got to say about this. I don't know what's going on in it. Probably going to do some DD tonight. I advise you to do the same. And if this thing gets above 40 cents, see ya. Good night. Bye-bye. See you on the moon. I'm going to be sipping a cocktail on the moon right in one of the craters, looking back home and just saying, it's sweet to be me. AAPJ. Also, Daddy do likey this one. Daddy do likey this one. Now, why, you might ask? Because it's had the severe dip. It's closing above the middle orange band. The RSI is raising, encroaching on 50, which is the hot zone. Your MACD is pretty much flatlined at the bottom. Now, the only problem I see on this one is lack of volume, lack of liquidity. You only had 2.9 million traded, not a tremendous amount. That's only about 15,000 bucks. So you got to get in with a small position on this one. Hope for a spike. I just actually bit my tooth, and it felt so bad. It felt so weird. But we're going to get past that, and we're going to focus, and we're going to get right back up to 8.7. You're currently at 4.2. Could be 100% runner from here. Let it do its job. Let the volume come in. Hopefully they give an update on the company, whatever the company is. Don't care what it is. Doesn't matter to me whether they sell socks, paper, chairs, or electronics. No más, no madre, no madre, no manicito, no cariecha, no brato cariti, harapatash, nakatiti. For those who don't speak Latin, that basically means it doesn't matter to me. We're going with THER. God, I'm on one today. Probably because I'm a living temple of health, and I've been drinking a lot of water. I've been eating clean. I have a good amount of caffeine in my system with no food, so I'm ready. I feel like I could take over the goddamn world. Send me to Mexico and I'll become president within a week with these eyes and this beard and this hair. God damn, I'm ready. We're looking at there, and I do like this one. I'd like it because the MACD is turning up. I like it because the RSI is above 50. I like it because the volume is steadily increasing. I like it because it's closing above this middle orange band, and it's encroaching on the top one, and it's also been oversold like a goddamn, like it's just been oversold. I don't know what analogy to use, but I do know that I like the look of this chart. I do know that there's blue skies above it. I do know that it's a very thin share structure and can run very quickly. So get in on the bid. Hopefully you get filled, and then they send you to the moon, folks. GTCH. This one was the one that I caught. I did not buy, and I really regret it because it ran like the Dickens. It ran like the wind. It ran like anybody that lives within the wind. It ran like... Slow down. Slow down. Stop sweating. Stop trying to rhyme when your brain is working at 100 miles an hour, because it's just not going to work. And you're going to lose every subscriber, and everybody's going to look at you like an idiot, and everybody's going to call you a clown, and the Lord is going to actually shun you to death, and all of your peers are going to hate you. I promise I'll never try and rhyme again on this video. I need to be in a better mind state than that. I am way too wired right now, so we're going to get back into the charts. We're going to get through these. We're going to get through these quick. GTCH, this was the one. I saw it on this, and I really liked it on that. Why? For the same things that I say. Look, this is why you look at patterns. W formation perfectly, popping above it, getting a little bit of volume. Then it really came in on Thursday with an update. Now your MACD isn't even overbought. Your RSI is a little bit overbought, but you had a lot of consolidation here. I'm looking to buy in on a pullback. I do not like to chase things like this because I don't like to get a 50% haircut as soon as I buy. I'm not saying that that's going to happen here. You do have a higher low. You do have a higher high. You need it to stay consistent. You need to stay bullish. You do not want to lose the Momo here. GVSI. This thing is just sitting at bottom. George Sharp really needs to get off his ass and do something here, but I know that he's waiting for the legacy dumpers to get out. I don't know how that's affecting the share structure. I haven't done a lot of DD on this recently. I did tell you to sell 3 as soon as I saw those legacy owners dumping, just like in DVLP. When I see it, I know it, and I say it, and nobody agrees, and they all get they get shunned by the Lord. They get shunned into the ground. They get put 6 feet deep to live with the worms. They get sent 6 feet deep to live with the grubs, and that's fine by me, because guess what? I put it out there into the universe. I tried to tell the truth, and nobody wanted to listen. Now, you are getting pinched Bollinger Bands. You are oversold on every technical that I tend to follow. Your volume is low, but you're just waiting on an update. You accumulate here, you wait, you get in at 8, you get out at whatever it runs to when the merger actually finally happens, which I think it will. It's just taking a very long time, and when I say a very long time, I'm talking about years, but they really need to get these legacy dumpers out, and that's exactly what they're going through the process of doing now. And I'm sure it's getting close to an end. VDRM, I called the top up here as soon as I saw this red candle. Hopefully you listened. A lot of people pushed back on it. That's fine. They were wrong and I was right. Whenever I call a drop, you better get out, because every single drop that I call, every single drop that I've called on this page, and I'm talking about 25, I'm about 25 for 25, I do not miss. I cannot miss. I am absolutely money when it comes to drops. If I could short penny stocks, again, I'd be on Epstein Island with Epstein. I'm joking. I would never do that. That's disgusting. But I'm just saying I would be a billionaire. Okay, I'd be part of the elites, because if I could short penny stocks, I would make every win. I would never lose. Okay, and there are people out there that tend to be of one faith, one religion, and one tribe that can short these from offshore accounts, but you got to be in the know. You got to be in that circle, and we ain't in that circle. So, you know, it is what it is. We're just going to let it be, and we're going to go to SMME, because that's the next one. VDRM, before I go, this one looks good here. Why? Because it's flagged. It looks a lot like this. Again, can it get a third leg? I think so. I think it will. I like it. I like it a lot. SMME. Thank you. Thank you, computer. Why did I pull this one up? I'll tell you why. Because it's at a double bottom here. And it's always, this thing has the same PR string every couple months. I swear to God, they come up with the same PR, but it causes it to run. I was in this run back in the day, came all the way back down. Now we're down again. Volume's picking up. RSI encroaching in the hot zone. MACD turning up. Volume's good. Ready to go. Got to get above 14. Currently closing at 12. Right at the middle orange band. You got to start pressing up here. You start pressing up here. You get all the way up to 2.6, whatever. You get a double. You get out and you say sayonara, see ya, ciao. Hasta luego, hasta nuevos, hasta bajicho, for those of you that don't speak Korean, that means you get out with your 100% gain and you put it in something else. UCAR. Absolute annihilation, documentation, proclamation, death trap. This is what happens when you chase pre-market volume. This is what happens when you chase FOMO. This is what happens when you chase what everybody else is chasing. Boom, you get in at 75, you get dumped on back to 7, you lose all your money within a day, and there is no hope for resurrection. Okay, but you do hope to get in and day trade it when you can get in at 10, you sell it at 20, you sell it at 30, you sell it at 40, you sell it at 50, whatever the case may be, but you get out and you get out quick, because they will shove this down. I think this was probably a Chinese IPO. These things tend to run on the first day and they get obliterated. So don't get sucked into them. Get in, get out. UCAR, absolute devastation. That's basically like the end of life for a lot of people. If you would have went all in on that, you'd be completely wiped out and you'd be done, and you would never have a career again, and you would lose your kids. You would have to send your kids over to Indonesia to pick rice out of leaves for, I don't know, $2 an hour, send it back home, keep your lights on. You would have to do everything to keep your wife, who's probably cheating on you with the guy next door who's actually poorer than you, but he's hotter than you, and you look like trash because you've just been sitting in your room and eating pizza and drinking beer and drinking Cokes for the last 6 months, because you've been absolutely annihilated in UCAR, and you end up probably going, if you don't see a therapist and you don't get on medication, or you don't you uproot it from the root, then you end up murking yourself. And I've seen it too many times. GFAI, did I already pull it up? Yes, I sure did. Yes, I sure did. Oh, man, am I ready to rage. We got GFAI pulling back to this middle band. 1540 is probably where it's going to stop. You want it to stop there. You need it to stop there. I like what John Powell said. He said he did get that because he's buying on the pullbacks. He's buying when not on the upswings, because when I saw this upswing, I thought it was going to start the next leg. Isn't ready yet. Going to pull back to this middle band. Hopefully, it pops off that and gets a third leg. It's a defense stock. Defense stocks are one of the things that you really need to be invested in right now, because AI, defense, gold, oil, they're all getting a lot of buzz, and for good reason. Oil, because obviously the prices go up over summer. Gold, because of the value of the dollar is depleted almost to nothing with the printing. The money printers go burr at the Fed, and the fact that the rest of the world is probably trying to get off the dollar, which is a big problem for the U.S. That's pretty much why we go to every war that we're involved in. what's the other one? Defense, because we're in a proxy war with Russia. It's basically U.S. Ukraine is just in the middle of it, and I'm not going to get into that. But war, and then what's the next one? AI, because AI, ChatGPT, all these new things with AI, we're losing nobody's going to have jobs. Everything's going to be automated. It's actually a very scary time to be alive. I can't believe that people are still having kids, because in the future your kids are going to live in a utopia of devastation. Okay, of devastation. BFRG. This is I really hope nobody walks in while I'm doing this. BFRG is another pullback spectrum. We went up 30% and then we dropped down 24%. Do not get sucked into these up days, because I remember saying this on Friday, or the last video I did. I said, you do not want to flag here. You do not want to flag here. But if it's giving you the opportunity to get in, usually when it pulls back, it pops back up. I'm looking to buy and sending my alerts at 5. That's where I see the price going short term, or maybe even back to 440, somewhere in that range. Does not mean that it's going to happen. This has got a lot of hype on it. It's a very thin stock. It's obviously running. You got the W formation. Your volume is there. Everybody's very interested in AI, and that's exactly what this stock is. So play it accordingly. Get in, get out, play the swings, be nimble in this market, because it is not the market to go long on for any significant amount of time. ADTX. Is that what it is? ADTX? Yeah, should be. Yeah, right? What? There it is. ADTX, this is one of the worst charts I've ever put up on my page in my entire life, because it just looks like a straight line. But look, this is what I kind of wanted to show you by this. You had this huge volume day. A lot of people got sucked in, ran all the way to 173, and now it's currently back at 79 the next day. 21% haircut. That day, it ran to 175 and actually closed all the way back down at $1. This is why we do not chase. You can immediately get absolutely destroyed if you can't day trade. If you got to buy in at 150, and then all of a sudden, by the end of the day, you're back at $1, and then the next day you're scared to sell because you're down so much, and then it closes at 79. Now you're in big trouble. You're in big trouble. You do not want to be in that situation. I'm telling you, do not want to be in that situation at any time in your career. You want to get in, you want to get out, you want to stay nimble, you want to stay humble, you want to stay clear of all the problems that come with getting in on the FOMO chase and getting dumped on, getting your brain smashed in, getting your body put in one of those trash compactors and actually squished into a square, sent off to the dump, buried beneath the dump. Seagulls are picking at your eyes, and you're basically in a fucking 2x2 square of just body. No. I don't want to be in that situation. Do you? No. PTPI. Flagging north. This is called an ascending wedge off of a complete rip job all the way from 68 cents or somewhere in that range to $8. Absolute monolith, huge runner, big ding dong dunker. You got this drop, you got this pop. You're getting a lot of push up at the top, which is actually very surprising after a massive run. But I do not like that. Well, I don't hate the RSI, because you're kind of kissing on this top band. You want to stay in the hot zone. You do not want to start to fall back here. But all of your technicals are kind of overbought. Your volume is starting to die. You want to keep this wedge. You do not want to break below it, because you will be coming back at 245. You might even fill this gap at 99 over time. You do not want to be involved in that. Buying at 531, praying to God that it goes up. But this thing might be overextended. It might not. Trade it accordingly. Do your own thing. If you like the stock, if you've done the DD, if you know the CEO, if you know the management, if you know everything about it, and you think it's the next big thing, do what you will. Do as you please. I am not here to tell you how to do this. I'm here to show you what I'm seeing in real time, and that's it. Because I don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, and neither do you. TSOI, pullback city, going to pull back to this middle orange band, probably at 2.8, loving that. I want to set my alert there. I want to grab some there. This thing has had a lot of volume recently. This is why you get in and you get out. You had 100% pop. You actually had more than that. You had over 100%. You had about 200%. You get in, you get out. Your RSI is curling down. Your MACD is kind of flatline, not really doing much. Could go up from here, but I think it is going to come down, and it's going to tap 2.7. You're currently at 3.5. Don't have a lot to drop to get that, and that's where I'm going to buy if I'm going to buy. I'm not going to chase. I'm going to play the technical game. I'm not going to play the guessing game. I'm not here to guess. I'm here to make educated decisions. IQST, absolute nut. I'm demolishing. Slow down. Slow down. Somebody's going to walk through that door at any moment, and that's just what's going to happen. And you might lose your job, but you don't want to lose all your subscribers as well. So just shut the hell up. Just be calm. You need to eat something as well. Sorry, I'm just talking through my job here, which I consider this my job. Cold coffee, absolutely disgusting. But we're looking at IQST. I just have so much on my plate. I have so much more to do and so little time. So I'm going to get through these quick. IQST, RSI dropping significantly. And your MACD, RSI is below the bottom band on the daily. Your MACD is very, very low. You've had a lot of volume selling. You're getting a lot of hits on the bid. I don't know if I like this, but I don't know if I hate this. You're currently at 10 cents. You're looking at a middle band at 14. You could easily get a pop back up just to continue along this trend line. A lot of times when they have drops like this, they have pops back up. This is a gamble, but it's not a bad one. It's not a bad decision to buy down here. It's a better decision to buy down here than to buy up here. I like seeing drops because it gives an opportunity to buy in, and that's what I'm seeing on IQST. HLTH. Another situation where you have a huge drop. I would not recommend buying falling knives, but if you're going to see some type of resurrection here, you might have a chance to get one back to 166. You're 105. Your volume isn't tremendously high, but it's not bad. It's about $300,000 volume. Your RSI is at 18, which is incredibly oversold. Your MACD is all the way at the bottom of the core of the earth, the bottom of the ocean, the 6 feet deep, living with the worms and the grubs and all the insects that I don't even want to see. I don't like insects. I hate them. They scare the shit out of me. They scare me more than anything on this earth. Outside of sharks, if you go in the ocean and you swim, you're an asshole. Why? Because do you want to get eaten by a fish? I don't want to. I'm not Jonah. I don't want to live in the belly of a fish for 3 weeks before I can cut it out and get out in the middle of the ocean to swim home to shore and have a story to tell to my young sons and when I have kids. I don't need that. I don't need that in my life. I've seen enough. I don't need to be eaten by a shark. Do you want to be eaten by a shark? I don't. Okay, and if you're going to do anything here, you want to make sure that you see some type of significant stabilization at bottom. With everything overcooked, it does not look like a bad buy. Look at what happened last time. It came back up after this drop. You want to get that resurrection back to 160. People telling me I'm still on steroids. Yes, I know. Look, I'm jacked. Everybody hates me on the boards. I know I'm jacked. I'm bigger than you are. My guns are massive. My arms are probably the size of your thighs. Stop getting mad at me. I'm not still on roids. I was on testosterone for 2 months, and I got off of it because I was getting too big, and I was trying to have sex 17 times a day. I was an absolute wild man. I'm already insane off them. I can't be on that shit. CMAX. CarMax or CareMax? Never even heard of this one. Another situation, dropping low. Monitor these and buy them accordingly. You don't have to buy them here because they are falling lives. Again, you want to see stability in drops like this, and you want to see the price start to push back up to get a resurrection always to this middle band to keep this trend line. If you're falling below the trend line, that's a good thing. If you're going above the trend line, that's a good thing. But you want to time things perfectly. You got to know what's going on with the stock, know what's happening in the pipeline. Is news going to come out? Is there going to be something that's going to cause a rumor to get the price to go up? You want to buy the rumor and sell the news every single time, but this one might have a turnaround soon. I just don't know if it will. Again, all these that somebody asked me to do, IQST, HLTH, CMAX, he said they all look good to him, and they look good to me in a way that you want to grab these bottoms. You want to get the pullbacks. You don't want to chase the runners. You want to get in the pullbacks. Ride. I'm losing energy now because I just don't know what else to say at this point, and I still have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 to go. Let's get through these quickly. I really have to go. It's 11:30. Holy shit, taco. This is ride. This is it's going for a ride, and it's going to ride down to the ground, down to getting that ground and pound like you were in the UFC, and John Jones was on your skull, cracking it in like ba 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 ba, and you're just like. But you could get back up on your feet, get them in a headlock, sock, knock them out and win the round. I don't know. But I do know that you do have a gap all the way up at 119 and you're currently at 48. Give you a little bit of a pop, get a little bit of a pop above 58, get a little bit of volume coming in. I don't hate this one because I like bottoms. I like buying when the stock is oversold and everybody hates it. That's when you buy. ARBB. 20% loving it. But see, I don't really like this chart because it doesn't show me anything. It doesn't even give me any technicals yet. This is probably a new, but look, I do like it, the fact that it's breaking above previous resistance. It's had this ascending wedge. Now it's breaking above it. It looks very, very good, to be honest. I can't read that. Okay. It's like I'm blind and there's no braille. I just got to use my senses to kind of guess. And that's not something I like to do. If I'm blind, I need something to read. Okay, I need sign language. No, wait, that would be for deaf people. I need braille. Okay, I need braille to be able to read it. Because the market, you're kind of going to everything blind. You need the braille, and that's your chart. Okay, that's your chart. Is your braille as a blind man. And if you're deaf, then you have the sign language. Okay, so you got to use the senses of your body. Okay, you got to use every sense. You got to touch. You got to feel. You got to smell. You got to see. You got to hear. You got to know everything. And this thing just, I can't see it. I can't fucking see it. Okay? VIRI. If I get through this whole video without somebody walking through that door, I will be ecstatic. I'll probably get a, can I say boner? Probably. I'd get a boner, okay? So let's get through this so I can get just absolutely ravenous, because everybody walking around my job is an absolute smoke show. Absolute smoke show. The richest girls in LA come here in the skimpiest clothes, and I just sit up there and I'm just like, okay, I really need to chill. VIRI, VIRI looks really, really good here. Absolutely incredulous. But it just wants to keep going. It's a beautiful trend line. You do not want to get a drop, but I like that your RSI is just steadily rising. I like that your MACD is steadily rising. No big pops. Just you get this, but you're going like this. The trend is your friend every single time. And I like VIRI a lot. And if it gets into the 70s, above 80s, you're looking at major gap fills here, folks. You're looking at gaps all the way up at 70 cents. Now, you got a lot of work to do to get there. But I do like VIRI, and I like it for a long hold, and I like it for anybody involved in it, and I like it for all my subscribers. And nope, not yet. ADHC. Yeah, just waste more time and giving the chance of somebody walking through that door even higher. Okay. ADHC. Literally, the GM could walk through at any moment and be like, what the frick are you doing, dog? And I'd be like, just hanging out, making videos at work. Come on, man. I don't care. I don't care. Why don't I care? Because I'm here to help you guys. I love you guys, and I'm gonna risk everything to be here for you. That's the person you want in your corner, not the guy that's just trying to lie to you for financial gain, and that's everybody else. ADHD, I don't know, but I do like, it is flagging here. You got to get above. You just got to keep going. I want to see it flag all the way up to 5.7. That would be my target if I'm currently buying. You just got to get some more bullish momentum, and you can get up to 5.7, no issue, no problem, no problemo, no, and make it a magnificent And for anybody that doesn't speak, what is it, Farsi? Basically what I said is you want to get up to 5.7 and you want to try and sell there. AID? AIAD? Daddy do likey, daddy do likey. AIAIAD, which was a request, a very good request. I like this. I like this. I don't really have to say much about this other than it makes me feel horny as hell. It makes me want to rub myself on a pillow. It makes me want to insert myself into this chart and just climax everywhere. It makes me want to just lick it in every crevice. It makes me want to explore. It makes me want to sing songs by Boys to Men and Brian McKnight to this beautiful chart. Serenade it. Take it to dinner. Kiss its neck. Lick its ears. Just smell the scent, the hormones that it gives off. The scent of a woman. That's what I call this chart, is the scent of a woman. It's going to make me cry, the beauty. One of my top picks. Good call. Thank you. This is the help that I need. I need all the help that I can get, and so do you, don't you? Yeah, you do. Don't ever let anybody tell you differently, folks. AIAD, absolute beaut. We're going with ALLR. This was one that, this is another one. Gapped, got a lot of people to chase, stuffed you. Just like, pop, right into the backboard, grabbed it, and then dunked on your whole family. Sad to see. Sad to see. But this is what you get for chasing, folks, and there's nothing I can do. A lot of these small caps are doing this. They're putting out news, they're popping it up, and they're immediately diluting. Why? Because a lot of these are going bankrupt. They want to get all the cash out. They want to rinse all the shares that they can convert as much as possible before they go bankrupt or get delisted. That's the problem. Why? Because interest rates are so high. A lot of these small companies can't keep up with the interest rates, folks. It's like buying a car, and all of a sudden you have to refinance your car note from 11% to 400%. Okay, that's basically when you're talking about big money and you're getting $1 billion at 1% interest, and all of a sudden that interest goes up to 5%. Do the math. You're fudged. T-Glow. God, I'm almost done. Get done. Get done. T-Glow, I know a lot of people like this stock. I don't want to say anything bad about it. You have the opportunity to swing this very well. You want to buy in at 15. You want to sell up at 28, giving you multiple opportunities, 100%, 100%, 100%. You going to get another one? I think so. I like T-Glow, and I like it a lot. I want to spank it on the little booty, okay? BuzzFeed. Hate this one. Hate BuzzFeed in general. Ran a couple months ago on the AI shit, saying that they were going to get rid of all their people, which is, that's amazing. They're going to get rid of all their writers, and they're going to have AI write all their articles. That's what caused this huge run. And then look, they diluted to the core of the earth. It's all the way back down at this bottom. If you wouldn't have sold, you were an absolute moron. I hate to say it, but now you're dropping down low. You're getting to 67. You got the middle band back up at almost $1. You're probably going to get back up there eventually because it is oversold, although I don't even like your technicals even being down this low because they're all turning down, and I hate BuzzFeed and I hate everything about them. I hate everything they say. They're cornballs. They make no sense. They're scam artists. They're what's it called? Propagandists, and I will have nothing to do with that stock. I'll never touch it and never look at it again. Okay, I need to either go to bed or... EPAS. What did I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Anybody that's watching this and that's an EPAS, didn't I tell you to sell it? Didn't I tell you to sell at 13? Because now it's at 6.6. Okay, that's a 50% haircut. Okay, I don't know if you like getting 50% haircuts every day, but I don't. Okay, I like getting my whole haircut, one. And I definitely don't like sitting in stocks as they just go like this. Okay, and that's why I said to sell at 13. I said to sell up here. I said to sell there if you got in down here. And now look, and I remember specifically saying, I said it's going to come back down to here. I said it's going to come back down to 5. We're almost there. And somebody said, oh, I'll sell my left nut and I'll sell my entire family to the Chinese if it ever goes back to 5. I know that it's not going to do that. Okay, where is it? It's at 6.6 and it's almost back at 5, and that's where my charts, that's where my alerts are set, and that's where I'll buy it, because then that's probably going to go off of a swing. Now, I know that everybody thought that the drones were going to be sold to the U.S. government. You know how many times I've heard that? You know how many penny stocks I've traded that said the same exact thing? You really think that somebody is going to, a 0066 stock is going to get a contract from the government over Lockheed Martin? What? Hey, get your brain fixed. See a therapist. Do what you got to do because your brain isn't connected to your spinal cord and it's making you act like this, not like this. UFAB. Either way, 5's coming and I like it. I like it here. I like it when it's a good buy. I don't like it when it's overpumped and somebody's telling me that it's the next big thing and it's going to get bought out by the U.S. government because it won't. Okay? Now we're looking at, what are we looking at now, folks? What are we looking at now? Whoa, I really need to relax. We're looking at an absolute demolition derby. Okay, this is how you get demolished. This is how you lose everything. Okay, you chase this all the way up at 70. Oh, shit, Taku. Then it closed at where? 17. Ah, shit, Taku. You don't want to end up in that situation, not one time. You don't want to be looking at this. You don't want to be involved with this. Now, you might want to buy it now. Maybe it's a good price. But if you would have chased up at 70, good night. Nice to know you. See you in hell. That's all I got for today. But listen, just to reiterate, I'm an absolute nut job. If you see me on the boards going acting a fool, good. That's me. And if you need any type of advice on nutrition, inbox me. Because I've been working out for 17 years and I know everything there is to know. To an extent. If you have anything you want me to review, I'm here. If you have any questions about dilution, what have you, I'm here. The one thing that I will never do, and I can promise you that, is as fiery as I am, as aggressive as I am, as insane and bipolar and manic as I am, I'll never take drugs to fix it. I'll never tell a lie. I'll never eat processed sugar. And I'll never sell out for profit.